Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest Randomizer race, featuring a pair of two Castlevania 2 veterans, Sathdresh on the left and Kaelari on the right. I'm Freelance 1787. I'll be joined by Billick on commentating this race for SpeedGaming Live 2022.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. As you say, two of the most experienced runners in the CB2 Rando. And, this is going to be an elimination game, so whoever loses today will be out of the tournament. The winner is going to be guaranteed to be in the top 4.
Winner of this match will be moving on to face Tusnek in the lower bracket. We'll have another race on Thursday. Billick and I will be playing each other on that one, for a spot in the grand finals. So do you want to make any predictions for what we might see in the town of Jova?
We'll have to see if these guys are going to start with the farming strategy or if they're going to head quickly over to the left side, as we've seen a lot of people do in this tournament, using the strategy that Tusnek kind of introduced in the last tournament. We're going to see both runners checking out this first shop, and it's going to be garlic, which they can afford. Kaelari and Sathdresh both decide to pick up the garlic.
Yeah, who knows? It might be required to get some garlic.
That's always a possibility. Got our first whip upgrade, very cheap, 83 hearts. So our runners will definitely be picking that up as soon as possible. And first crystal, they're going to need 3 crystals to finish the game. That, along with the 5 Dracula body parts and the magic cross, are what's required to be able to enter Dracula's castle and finish the randomizer.
Alright, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like both of them are going for the farm strategy here.
Yeah, and not the best enemy set for farming here. These enemies all drop small hearts during the day, and Kaelari is going to elect to head out and see if he can find anything better on the left side. Sathdresh is going to stick around and farm some more.
Yeah, pretty vanilla enemy set on the right-hand side. You got werewolves, skeletons.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same spawns for the vanilla game, minus maybe a skeleton.
Nah, just skeleton's just in a different spot. Skeleton switch places with the werewolf. And they have vanilla health.
Yeah, it looks like Kaelari looks like this enemy set here. No, he's gonna warp out. Maybe he's probably gonna pick up the whip right away.
Nah, he's got 37 hearts.
No, he doesn't have enough. He's gonna... Not sure what he's doing, but he... I think he's gonna farm the zombies, as is Sathdresh.
2 HP zombie, so farming won't be too difficult. We'll get enough hearts for the whip upgrade and just go.
Yeah, this is going to go pretty fast with 2 HP zombies and the whip upgrade once they get that. So neither runner electing to go across the river during the first day. We'll see how that works out. Probably seeing the whip there, they wanted to stick around and farm for that, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And Sathdresh picks up level 1. Kaelari won't be very far behind on that.
So yeah, I believe Sat's going to farm until he has enough hearts for both the white crystal and the whip, so that's going to be 154.
They both purchased the garlic, so they already have that. Although they could elect to go for a second round of garlic.
Right.
2 pieces of garlic are needed for the 2 checks, but sometimes it's handy to have a little bit more in case one of the checks has something that's repeatable, like an oak steak. Or if you accidentally drop your garlic on the ground, which can happen.
Alright, looks like we got one guy going right and one guy going left, so this should be a very interesting race for sure. And as a viewer, obviously, you get to see what's going on a lot faster than they do.
It's always interesting to see the runners go opposite ways. I think I probably would go left with this start with the whip upgrade.
There's gotta be
There's
careful,
some merits
graveyard.
going right.
Got graveyard enemies on that side. Got a Birdman and a bird. Medusa head. So bad news for Kaelari is he's probably gonna have to take an intentional death unless he gets close to a lazy river spawn. Or just abuse the boatman glitch. For whatever reason, if you stand close to the boatman, Simon's hitbox stops working. That's gonna take a shot at Berkeley. Do you see what Kaelari picked up?
I missed that. I was looking over at Sat screen.
Stream will tell us. So that's going into Berkeley Mansion without an oak stake. Alright, so it was Laurel's.
Okay, we have a question in chat here. What's all randomized in this randomizer? So, the location of the items are randomized, and the locations with the enemies are also randomized.
Not necessarily location, but just the enemies themselves are randomized.
Right.
The random health. Fortunately, Kaelari's gonna be dealing with Burb's favorite fantasy. He gets an oak stake. It'll be interesting to see if I've seen Kaelari before actually get the garlic before doing the checks in Ondel, so getting an oak stake that would allow Kaelari, if he picks up a block breaker, to full clear and get all the information out of Berkeley Mansion. Gonna use the Medusa heads to boost past the mummies. Very good play at level 1 because those mummies take out 2/3 of your health bar. At level 1.
It looked like Sath got more garlic, or the option to buy more garlic, which I think he's going to pass on.
I heard the buying sound. You sure he passed on it?
I'm not sure. I just glanced over, and I think I saw garlic, but I'm not even sure about that. Kaelari did get the free oak steak. Or not free, yeah, free oak steak from the garlic vendor.
The one advantage going left side for Kaelari is he'll be able to farm the level 2 pretty easily. With the Thorn Whip, even the zombies in Ondel. He also has the option of trying to get over the wall. Picks up another whip upgrade. And at level 2, and it's like... Since that's pretty much like the standard bare minimum for Laruba Mansion. Although going to Laruba would be a logic sequence break. Sath has gone to the right of Berkeley Mansion, so that'll put him in level 2 territory as well.
Yeah, it can actually be faster to level up if you're going to the right side, because the enemies tend to have lower health for the most part.
Especially if you have a weaker whip. Alright, there's the heart. Now Kaelari has the option to go to Brahms instead of going to Laruba. Too.
Yep,
He's thinking about doing... Yeah.
Equipping the heart when you talk to the ferryman will take you to the Brahms mansion area instead of the town of Alba. So that is a key item, key progression item.
For the oak stick, that's 4 item checks he can do. With a block breaker, he could, or an eyeball could. Also, start reading clues. Kaelari is going to make the play to Brahms. I'm going to assume Sath is going to farm once he gets into the town.
Yep, and he's going to be able to do 2 checks here. One from the graveyard with the garlic, and the other the NPC that gives you a free item at the top of the town.
Normally that NPC gives you the blue crystal in the vanilla game. If it's a crystal, it'll be a blue crystal. Kaelari's gonna... I think he's gonna use Laurels. Alright, dagger. Kaelari once again abusing the Ferryman hitbox sprite glitch.
Yeah, stick with what works there, and he's gotten over the river twice safely, so that has been very effective for him today.
Let's say some Laurels. See where NPC is here. Rib. That's a nice pickup.
Yep, that rib is a required item. It also acts as a shield if you equip it, so you can block firewalls. Oh, and Kaelari takes a death. He missed that jump on the platform and went in the drink.
His jump got eaten, man.
Gets across safely the second time. Now Sath probably gonna get these checks that Kaelari did earlier.
See, sometimes bad enemy placements in certain spots can lead to deaths. Nothing you can do otherwise.
Yeah, that would have been tricky to get across there without taking a death. And that bone dragon, just not a good spot for that.
It's just the height is really bad.
And Sath electing not to farm to level 2 in town, so we'll see if that comes back to hurt him or if that'll gain him some time.
It's daytime as well. That's why I couldn't. I think if it was nighttime, I think he would have farmed. So much they chose not to, it's just the option wasn't available. Right now it's nighttime. He'll have a chance to farm once he gets into Alba if he wants to. And now Sath's going to abuse the sprite overlapping glitch. Sath's gonna get Laurels, and then at the diamond spot, Kaelari picked up a silk bag. He can carry as many as 8 Laurels.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pickup this early. There's a pretty good chance you'll find a place to get free Laurels, or at least cheap Laurels, so you can stock up, get more, up to 8, 4 more than the usual 4 without the bag.
Yeah, silk bag to me is more valuable early in the game than it is late. Like late in the game, you're like, I just want to finish this thing. Early in the game, it's like, ooh, I could use those extra Laurels. Especially in a seed where both runners know there's free Laurels, and it's very easy to get to. Sathdresh is also going to try and get to the Graveyard Duck first. Reset. Doing the floor drop.
Okay, we got another question in chat. Do you lose XP after continue? Yes, your XP goes to 0 after you lose all your lives, and also within the standard version of the randomizer, you also lose half your hearts. You do keep any levels that you've already acquired, so a lot of times you'll want to pick up a level before your game over. Sass gonna get his oak stake.
I wonder if Sass thinking about going over the wall. I don't think so. Oof. That lizardman prevented Kaelari from finishing that floor drop.
Yeah, that was a tough break there. He had that floor drop and he got knocked back up by that fireball. And takes another game over. Neither of our runners have elected to go for level 2 yet. We'll see if that comes back to hurt them. That can be... Sometimes it can be not that bad. Sometimes it can be very punishing, depending on how many items are available for sale.
Yeah, I've dealt with both. There's the nail. Unfortunately, Kaelari cannot buy it.
And then you see right away there, Kaelari getting punished for those deaths. He would have had enough money to buy that if he hadn't taken those game overs.
Where's that? Oh no, the spider is the enemy. At least the lizardman's easy to kill.
And Sap looking like he's gonna go for level 2 here, which I think is a good play. I always like to get level 2 as soon as it's reasonably possible.
Yeah, I refer to level 2 as being able to play the video game.
He's found a pretty good farm spot though. Those swamp monsters or mudmen or whatever you want to call them have one or two health, and they drop big hearts at night. So they're gonna drop medium hearts during the day, which isn't quite as lucrative, but still not a bad farm.
Each enemy group is going to be dropping 2 hearts less per drop. So Fast got 88 XP, so he's about a little bit more than halfway to level 2. I don't know if Kaelari had a chance to buy the nail yet. There you go.
Yeah, he had to farm up for that. So, question in chat again. How much XP per enemy? The big hearts are worth 5 XP, the medium hearts are worth 3 XP, and the small hearts are worth 1 XP. So depending on which enemies you kill, you'll get different amounts of XP. And you have to be in a zone that is higher level than you are.
Yeah, so from the clue in the wall, Kaelari found out that the oak stake is in Bodley. Sass is picking up the heart. And more laurels for Kaelari. Alright, looks like he's equipping laurels for death, not garlic. Gotta be a little bit careful. Death can be pretty pain in the butt at level 1.
Yeah, he hits pretty hard when you're only leveled up to 1.
Those scythes will do a lot of damage. They take 3 hits with the thorn with the kill. To eliminate, basically. The Kaelari does have laurels. If death comes in too close, it'll take him 67 hits, though. 64.
Yeah, he does burn a laurel there, and the body hit from death is actually more damaging than the scythe, so you really don't want to get hit by his
body hit from death is going to take out almost all his health. And he gets his laurel back with interest. Brahms had the nail. Kaelari doesn't have an oak stake, unfortunately. Sath hits the long jump. Trying to remember. Oh yeah, the oak stake that they picked up was in was at the Graveyard Duck.
Right, that's the only oak stake we've seen so far.
And then we know there's one in Bodley because of the clue.
Yeah, that is so far the way. I don't think our runners are going to go for that unless they really need an oak stake and they're already in Bodley.
You'd have to go out of logic for that. To get to Bodley in the first place. Alright, so depending on how fast Kaelari gets to Varos, it might be an opportunity for him to farm the level 2. Worth noting that Sathdresh is not level 2 either.
Yeah, it's kind of a trade-off early game. Do you take the time to farm more XP or make yourself a little bit tankier, or do you just keep going and hope you get it on the way? And Sat does get it on the way here, so that's going to help him a lot. He gets that level 2. And you see, utilizing that rib as a shield to block the fireballs from those bone dragons, avoiding damage. Nicely done there.
So Kaelari's going to check the dagger door in Veros first, see if he can pick up an oak stake before checking Berkeley Mansion. Don't know what's in the orb at Berkeley. That's what YOLO'd Berkeley. There's the ring. Kaelari is definitely going to have to farm in Veros now.
Yeah, and again, not having enough hearts to buy an item. This is going to slow him down a little bit.
Thinking on competitive races, having to do that extra farm could be a situation. Often these races come down to one decision, one little piece of information. Not necessarily lopsided. It's just one runner might know one thing, the other runner doesn't. It looks lopsided when you watch it, but reality is it's just one thing that's different.
Yeah,
Kaelari was about.
He looks like he's going to head out and come back for that ring later on.
Or just farm the 50 hearts he needs to pick up that, but yeah. Going to the Sacred Flame and back wouldn't necessarily be a bad strategy. I don't think that was the setup. Oh, there's the magic cross. That's having a little bit of trouble with that floor drop.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't get the correct pixel there. Occasionally that setup doesn't actually work. I've seen that happen once in a while. Gets it the second time.
You have to touch the third stair for that floor drop to work. That's going for dagger crit on death. It's a frame perfect. There you go. Third try.
Yeah, third try is pretty good there.
Kaelari's going back for the ring. Just missing 2 crystals. Oh, he's gonna have to farm in Veros. He'll have a fresh health. He'll have to be starting from 0 XP in this farm. Have to be a little bit careful. These enemies are extra tanky at night. They take twice as many hits. With the nail, Sath is going to go left instead of right. See how this plays out for him. Alright, so Kaelari is going to be able to farm this town very easily. One hit kill with the chain whip. Just take down 50 zombies and you're level 2.
Yeah, the only problem with this farm is the villagers get in the way.
Yeah, they miss curfew. That unable to get the hitbox. She's getting beat up by a bat. Lost half his hearts.
Yeah, he's got a full set of laurels, so maybe a little bit of a mistake there not spending one. He's gonna use one anyway.
Well, it gives Sath the opportunity to farm to level 3. So we're missing just 2 crystals. Actually, that might be what we're missing. Oh, and the eyeball. That's yet to be uncovered. So that's like, I ain't paying for laurels. The guy over there gives it to me for free. Alright, so Kaelari finally buys the ring. Gonna elect to skip Berkeley Mansion without an oak stake. Make sure their laurels are at the ready. By the way, it looks like Kaelari did farm to level 2.
Yeah, so he should be a lot more tanky going forward now that he has that level 2.
More max health and take a lot less damage.
Although if he keeps running into those plants, he's going to take some deaths.
It's a good thing both runners have a lot of laurels to work with. And it can easily replenish their stock. Sure he doesn't actually get sent to Brahms. Kaelari's doing the thing again. The way he's executing, it's like he's practicing. Kaelari's gonna find there's laurels on this thing. He's not gonna buy them, obviously. Alright, so on the lower door is the blue crystal. Alright, so that's gonna warp. I was gonna bring up the question of blob boost. If you have blue crystal, garlic, and you know you haven't checked the garlic spot, would you consider blob boosting to Laruba and then take the back way into Algebra to try and get to Rover Mansion early?
Personally, I'm not a huge fan of going into Laruba with just the Thorn Whip, although maybe these guys are a little more comfortable than that than I would be.
That's just gonna take right side. He's gonna go to looks like he's gonna head towards. He'll be able to pick up the ring. Started thinking about it, but realized he's still got to get the blue crystal first. Do the Ondel check and then decide whether or not to warp. Warping's probably going to be less of a venue for Kaelari because you'd have to go all the way to Sacred Flame. Past that, you'd have to go beyond Sacred Flame. That's a lot of downtime. If he was going to go past there, he would have done so. So I think we'll see him go for Blob. Try to boost over the wall, knowing very well that Medusa Head should be able to push him over.
So Kaelari picks up the blue crystal, Sath picks up the ring, those items the other one already had.
Be interesting to see if Sath tries to check the Rover Merchant. Or heading to the right, most likely trying to go for blue. Alright, so Kaelari takes a death there. That'll reset his subpixel value. He wants to try a floor drop. He's got to hurry. You only have so many iframes. Sathdresh is going to head. He's not going to deal with these spiders. He's going to just move on to the right. So this could come down to if Rover has something. If Rover has something, I would say Sathdresh is in the position to leading position. If not, Kaelari's in pretty good shape. It'll be interesting to see where Holy Water is. If Holy Water is in Laruba, then that means that Holy Water will not be needed for the red crystal. Would mean it's in Rover. That's the only that's the only non-Holy Water check left. Kaelari's gonna opt out of attempting Blob Boost. Did he go for garlic and get an oak stick?
Yeah, he did pick up an oak stick. And he's gonna get some more garlic just in case needs some more oak sticks from there later, which is a possibility.
So that's gonna check Rover. Won't, unless the vendor has an oak stick, it's gonna be a one and done check. Kaelari will most likely try to go to Berkeley. So that gets the long jump. First one. Can't quite do it on the second one. There's a Medusa head in his way. Sathdresh needs just the eyeball and the red crystal to be in go mode. Since he doesn't have holy water, the only best... Oof, Lizardman. Gross.
That is a tough entry to that screen.
Oh, it worked. I should get underneath the Lizardman and then get pushed to the right. Merchant check's gonna be interesting. Sath gets red crystal, that is progression. If he gets the eyeball, that is not progression.
I think he really wants this to be an oak stick, though.
It's a whip upgrade. Got a nice heart count.
And he can't afford it. It is a nice heart count, but not enough to buy the whip.
It's gonna go into Berkeley.
And that's pretty punishing. He dove Rover, and we'll see if he farms enough to get that whip. But that's going to be really set back if he doesn't get anything out of here.
So basically, by process elimination, Sath needs an oak stake. Find an oak stake and fast. It's like... Although there is the option of doing cemetery jump. You try and pick up the eyeball that way.
Yeah, but the red crystal is going to have to be in one of these two mansions, in one of the orbs of these two mansions. By process
or progression to the red crystal.
Or what's left? Well, yeah, I guess the holy water checks.
Holy water.
So it would have to be holy water is the other option.
So Kaelari making the decision to grab an oak stick on the way. Kaelari's getting bullied by Lizardman. But he'll be able to use the iframes. Past. Death.
Yeah, but Sath has spent a lot of time in this mansion and he hasn't really
that's Sath.
Gotten anything out of it yet.
Kaelari's gonna farm and pick up what he needs here. Not gonna break the block. Flew behind him, he forgot to do that. Able to do so, he just forgot.
Yeah, he probably forgot, although as we're getting pretty late into the seed, so maybe that's not as relevant as it normally would be.
Skipping the other one too, perhaps just trying to close in. So we'll know if Berkeley Orb or Rover Orb or Sath picks up Chain Whip. check the clue. Alright. Oak stick. Orals are sealed in the bronze orb. The clue that doesn't really help them. So Kaelari gets an oak stick. That will allow him to check the rover orb. And that also eliminates Berkeley orb as a progression. That means rover orb is your progression item.
Yeah, and Sath's a little bit stuck right now because he doesn't have easy access to an oak stake. Well, Kaelari already has one from that orb.
You already know our third oak stake is now in an orb.
We'll see if maybe Sath is going to make the play to go to Laruba out of logic, or maybe he'll just pick up the oak stake like Kaelari did.
I think you have to make the Laruba out of logic play, but also knowing he's probably going to have to hook it back to either Rover or Berkeley.
Yeah, I think the thought process going to Laruba is you get the oak stake from the garlic vendor, and then you hope you get another one from Laruba, which is actually pretty likely since I think we've only seen 2 oak stakes so far.
So, kind of recapping oak stake locations we know so far. You have the Berkeley orb, the graveyard duck, and Bodley merchant. Kaelari's gonna make his way to the right. One saving grace for Sath potentially is if Laruba does have holy water, which would allow him to at least get the look for the final Drac card. He's gonna have to figure out where he's missing what check he's missing in logic, which we know is the rover orb. But Sath's gotta pick between 2 mansions.
Yeah, but it's starting to look like holy water might not be required for this seed.
I wouldn't count that one too early. There have been some seeds where holy water was not required, but that's like 1 in 100. Sathdresh is going to go for the garlic.
Yeah, but just by the math, I think it's more around, it's probably like around 60% of being no holy water required for the seed. Just by how many checks are left that aren't holy water required checks.
Yeah, you have 4 holy water checks.
We do know that one of the Bodley checks is not holy water, it's an oak stake, so that eliminates 1, but we have what, 3-4 checks in Laruba, and then the Bodley orb, the flame whip, and Doina left.
I wouldn't be
possible.
Yeah. Kaelari's probably gonna go cemetery jump after this, is my guess. That's the fastest avenue for he needs to go anyway. Alright, so Sathdresh has got his oak stake. Probably trying to get that Medusa head and go over the wall. Gotta be careful though. The duck does dialogue. And those Medusa heads are fast, so you gotta be fast off the ground. Too. There we go. So Kaelari takes a game over before the whip upgrade. Sathdresh is gonna go back to Rover. Kaelari's getting bullied by a Lizardman.
That's an interesting play. I think if I was going that way,
yeah. The way I would have played it is, okay, I'm gonna gamble that Laruba has my last Oaks Drac part. He's gonna probably want to use another Laurel. If you die in a swamp, you get sent back to the last part of stable ground that you have. So in this screen, if you die in the swamp, it sends you back very far. Might want to use...
I don't think he touched down.
No, he didn't touch down. Lizardman got him before he could. Yeah, you gotta... This screen usually requires 2 laurels to get through.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pay to skimp on your laurels. You have to...
It does
it's
there.
just worth it to use it.
Alright, let's see if Kaelari remembers to do the clues. Do one here. Crystals for sale in algebra, so that's where your red crystal is. So holy water is in the orb by process of elimination, unless we forgot something.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that makes it the only logical place that the holy water can be is right here where Kaelari is about to get it.
Right. It's like I said, if you master logic, you can figure out what's where. And we know that the red crystal is in algebra, so that by process of elimination, we deduced that holy water was in the orb. But this is going to be a little challenge on hard, I think. Game over plus having to spend 88. Right, Sathdresh is going to head down for Rover. It's going to come down to the race for the eyeball now.
Yeah, we still don't know where that is. We know that the red crystal is in one of the algebra locations that just got unlocked by the holy water for Kaelari.
Wonder if Kaelari fades the chain whip, thinking, okay, it's 1 check versus 7. You have 4 in Laruba, and then you have 1 in Bodley, 1 in Doinen, and then the Flame Whip. Having the Holy Water, Kaelari can check the clue in the town of Algebra. Way they're getting the crystal. There's Sacred Flame, so that means the other door is red crystal. You'll be able to pick up the rib and a dagger.
We still don't know where that last piece is, so that could be in any of the locations that we haven't seen yet.
And so Sath's got his red crystal clue. Now he probably knows that holy water is coming up. And there's only 4 holy water checks. Kaelari's just knocked down both of them.
So Sath probably about 2 minutes behind right now, but he could make that up if he takes a gamble and it pays off, checking one of the places that Kaelari.
Yeah. If I were Sath in this case, I would fade Laruba. Wait, did Kaelari go talk to the NPC? Yeah, he did. Kaelari's gonna get his dagger. He's gonna reverse course. He's gonna... Instead, no, he didn't talk to the NPC. Yeah, instead of abusing hitboxes, Kaelari can just kill enemies now.
So it looks like Kaelari is going to try to fade the Laruba now.
Yeah, that's the play I would make.
We'll see which way Sath goes. If he goes back across the swamp,
I think that's got to be his play.
the only thing I'd be concerned with him, I don't think he has any laurels. I think he used them all before. That could make that swamp extremely tricky to get across.
You see it. You saw earlier in the run, Kaelari was exploiting the Fairyman's hitbox. And I just, who needs to exploit it? The enemy won't have a hitbox by the time I cross them. You do have to worry about his hard count a little bit.
We're going to see the 3rd of 4 holy water checks here for Kaelari. He's going to refill his health at the church first.
All right, so no progression there for Kaelari. Gets the diamond. Now his next move will probably be to hope that it's a frantic seed and you get the eyeball at Doina. Sath is still very much in this race. Just needs to guess right on where the final track part is. That's pretty much what it's. The last 5 minutes of this race is going to be who can find the eyeball first.
Yeah, but it looks like he's taking the same path Kaelari is, so if he takes the same path, he's just going to be a little bit behind. He might need to take a different path than Kaelari is taking if he's going to pull this one out.
Although you don't know exactly who's going where. In my case, I would have taken this route, but I would have gone right to left.
Yeah, neither runner could still elect to do the graveyard boost going this direction. And that looks like what Kaelari is going to do. He's going to, for the second time, do a graveyard boost. Or no, it was Sath who did the graveyard boost, wasn't it? Or did they both do it?
Sath went over the wall, but decided to backtrack to algebra. Backtrack to Rover to get the progression item. Kaelari's gonna pick up an oak stake again. Third oak stake he's gotten from this spot.
Yeah, our runners have gotten a lot of mileage out of that garlic this seed.
You can't say this seed is bland. Although if I had to use garlic 3 times to get oak stakes, I'd be pretty salty myself.
Sath seeing the diamond just a little bit behind Kaelari. We'll see if he takes the same path or if he decides to take the tornado warp over to the other side of the map.
The thing about the tornado warp is you have a higher chance of winning, but also a higher chance of losing. Works out, you're gonna win. If it doesn't work out, you're gonna lose. Not doing it lowers your chance of winning. There's gonna take a game over. The chain whip. Got 95 hearts. If he doesn't have to buy it, if the vendor is less than 95 hearts to buy the item, it'd be in decent shape. For his sake, he's hoping it's laurels.
Yeah, there is a possibility that last item is going to be at the vendor, and it could be more than the amount of hearts he has, although he's pretty close to having a safe amount of hearts.
Alright, looks like Sathdresh is heading for Ondel, so he's gonna go for Bodley, Flame Whip, and Doina here. Oh, the eyeball is in Laruba. Well, I was thinking, which way do I get out of here? The answer is always warp.
Yeah, he's in go mode, so that works out for Kaelari. He picked the right path. Sath, I think, is going to try the Doina Hail Mary again, and it's not going to work this time.
If I remember correctly, in the last race he did. He actually delayed Doina in his... Was it his race that he delayed Doina and it cost him? Or am I thinking of a different one?
That might have been in his race against me. I was thinking of his first race where he went straight to Doina at the end and got the last item he needed.
Not actually a bad race strategy. You feel like you're behind. Said Doina. Fortunately, Sath has got a lot of hearts. Those moves heads won't do enough damage. Kaelari's like, I'm just getting all the laurels. Not gonna let the Bridge of Doom beat him.
Yeah, might as well. That's going to save him time in the long run. He'll be able to get through the last 2 screens pretty quickly with all his laurels.
The link! So, Doina has the gold knife. So I'm assuming Sath's gonna take the long walk towards Laruba. Without an oak stake, he's gonna skip Bodley.
I think he knows that there's an oak stake in Bodley to buy. If he remembers the clue.
I don't remember where that clue was. He took the clue in Brahms, and yeah. No.
Yeah, I believe they both saw that clue, and it was pretty early on. It might have been the Brahms clue.
It was the Brahms clue right before Death Drop.
So Kaelari now with a clear path to victory. Sath still not sure where he has to go right now.
Oh, their final oak stake is Flame Whip. Or wait, no, that might be 4th, so that means your final oak stake is in Ruba. We'll never know. Sath's gonna go to Bodley.
Yeah, it looks like Sath forgot that there was an oak stake for sale in Bodley.
This isn't any slower.
Or maybe he thinks that taking a gamble on going right for the orb might be his best bet for winning.
Still a long trek. Take the stairs. Kaelari just now remembering he's got 8 laurels. Start the screen.
And Sath definitely forgot that clue because he's going to go up to the vendor even though he already has an oak stake.
Might as well do the double floor drop wraparound jump, am I right?
For the swag, for the memes, yeah.
Hit all, it's like, hit all the things. Fortunately, the spiders also agree with that idea.
Yeah, that's a nasty staircase with all the spiders, but he manages to get up it.
Jeez. The only saving grace is most of these enemies are one-hit kill.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kaelari makes that floor drop. It's going to get him to the end a little bit faster. He's got a clear path still. Lots of laurels in his bag.
He's gonna have more laurels than he can use. The most you can use 3 laurels. That last screen. That's 7. You don't get an award for saving laurels. Okay, yeah, you do get to start the next. You get to start the next game with laurels, I suppose. Sath goes for it. I think he'll go for it once, and then if he doesn't get it, just go with it. He gets it. That is the best trick in the game.
And then we'll probably remembers that the oak stake was there all along. But that's the first double wrap jump that anyone's hitting this so far in this tournament, so nicely done there by Sath.
I haven't had the chance to hit it in this tournament yet, unfortunately. So Kaelari's in Dracula's castle. Sath gets a Morningstar Whip. So I'm not sure what kill Kaelari is going to do here. He's got the Holy Water and the Dagger kill at his disposal. The Dagger being the safer kill of the two.
Yeah, he elects not to go for that first floor drop, just takes the stairs. Maybe he feels like he's ahead, he doesn't have to go for a quad. Does hit the single after a couple setups.
Probably feels he's ahead because he skipped about 1 3/4 mansions.
Yeah, even though the time doesn't look that amazing, based on the way he's routed that, he has to feel like he's ahead right now. He's played the seed really well.
The lack of oak sticks is what slowed it down. Oh, that's what he's saving his laurels for. Oh, he just burned 2 right there. Gotta be careful. Each death the Drax is gonna cost him a minute and 15 seconds. At least a minute and 20.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage though, so maybe he can finish him off, and then he does. Get your GGs out for Kaelari. He's the winner of this match.
We're moving on to phase 2 Snick.
I think he's actually against Zatoriak in the next round.
Oh yeah, sorry. I apologize.
Yep, he does move on.
See if both of them wanted to join for comms, talk about how this race went. Obviously, this was a... Though Kaelari got a 57, which on paper is not... is a solid time. It was actually pretty... As Billick hinted at, good routing. It's just the oak stakes didn't cooperate in this one. Make it go faster.
Yeah, 57 minutes, definitely a good time for that seed.
Hello.
Oh, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So, for the most part in this one, I thought you routed this one pretty well. The oak stakes were obviously in some pretty bad locations for you, which is what slowed it down. But it seemed like the one play that you did that kind of pushed you ahead was getting that oak stake before checking Berkeley and Rover.
Yeah, the oak stakes were awful. I went to Graveyard Duck like 3 times to get an oak stake. Ugh.
Yeah, I think the difference there, Sath, the first time he went into Rover, did not have an oak stake, so he wasn't able to get his holy water. That probably set him back. It was pretty close up to that point.
Even after the holy water was pretty close. Came down to a race for who could find the eyeball first, and you ended up finding it first.
Yeah, I was very uncertain of whether I should go to Laruba or just take the tornado and do Bodley and those checks. But I decided I needed an oak stake, so I might as well just blob boost, because I can get an oak stake along the way.
Yeah, so Sath actually ended up taking the alternate route in that one, going for the tornado, ended up going to Bodley, found Doina had a gold knife, Flame Whip was a oak stake, and the orb was a whip upgrade.
I could have used the gold knife. I barely killed Drac.
You killed Drac nonetheless. First try.
I did kill him. I used a lot of laurels.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were saving those laurels. And then once you started Drac fight, I was like, oh, there you go.
I am not good at the holy water kill or the dagger kill. I have great trouble with them. They are not at all reliable for me. So jumping up there and whipping him is pretty reliable. And something weird happened and my emulator froze up for like 5 seconds in the middle of that fight. And that was extremely unpleasant. I'm still not sure what happened there. But I did get Drac in the end, and that's what matters.
Yeah, we saw a couple freezes there, and I wasn't sure if it was your on your end or if it was a problem with the stream. So I guess having a little bit of problems with your setup there, but you managed to take the victory.
All right, looks like Sathdresh is joining us as well.
Oh my gosh. I did all the wrong decisions in that seed.
I think you only really made one. It came down to a 50. It came down to picking the right mansion. Kaelari ended up picking the right mansion. You picked the other one. I think you were probably only at worst, couple minutes behind. If you guessed right, you would had a shot to win.
Oh, yeah, it all started because I decided to go right first this time instead of left, and then, yeah, that's okay though. It was fun. It was actually it was actually a pretty fun seed because like it wasn't like extremely brutal. I got really lucky with the river crossing a couple times with getting in that like perfect that like pixel spot where you don't get hit like
yeah, both of you were doing that.
Yeah, every time I crossed the river, that one thing just didn't hit me.
Yeah. Like there's a certain pixel that you can be on the ferry that like, and it changes like each seed it seems, but there's like a pixel that you can kind of like stand in, and as long as you don't move at all, you're not gonna you're like you get phased into the Riverman's collisions where like nothing hits you, so it's pretty awesome. But once you get hit, the first time you get hit though, it's over. It all of a sudden collision comes back.
Yeah,
it seems like the one decision that put Kaelari a little bit ahead for most of the race was getting that oak stake and being able to clear orb a little bit quicker.
Yeah, if I would have had an oak stake, I wouldn't have had to have double backed and go get one, and then that was a whole process in and of itself because it died right when I'm in the air about to touch the ground on the other side of that freaking swamp. Oh my gosh, that was brutal. I think that happened like
Swamp
3
was not
times.
nice.
Well, I took the Laruba swamp back to Algebra to get the go get
that
the oak
swamp.
steak. And so, yeah, and I crossed it 3 times successfully, but right when I jumped to get to land, there was a lizard man on the other side that would bonk me back into the swamp, and then I would, die and have to start from the very beginning again.
Ouch.
Lizardmen are right up there with Medusa heads for most annoying enemy to deal with.
They are.
Yeah, but the whole rest of that seed, though, the enemy sets weren't too brutal, especially having that thorn whip. They all had pretty low roll HP, which was really nice.
Getting that early thorn would definitely helped.
Yeah. Whip upgrades are nice. I would have liked one more. But
What'd you end with?
chain whip.
Oh, really? I got Morningstar.
Morningstar was in Bodley, and then there was probably a whip upgrade in Laruba too.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if there was. Well, no, there was another one that I missed that I didn't get.
Or it could
oh
be chain whip.
no, Rover. That's the one I did go back and get. Yeah.
Back for that one.
Yeah, well, remember, I was farming for it, and then I died and game over it and had to end up farming more because I lost half of my hearts. So,
Yeah, farming in Rover is not fun,
no.
especially since
Yeah.
you got the same enemy set that I got stuck with on the race I did with Frantic.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. This is a really good race. So GG's for having me. GG KO for the win. That was definitely fun. So I tip my hat off to you, and I hope you do well continuing in the race. Is there another race right after this?
No, next race of the queue is my race with Billick for the winners final. For the first grand final spot.
Well, there we go. When is that?
That's gonna be on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking it was after this.
So yeah, got a few matches left to go in the bottom bracket. We got 2 more runners left. Zytoriak will be facing Kaelari for a spot to play the loser of my match with Billick. So, at least 3, maybe 4 races left in this tournament for the remainder of this week. It says SGL's wrapping up pretty quickly. So anyway, Sath, any last thoughts on how the tournament went for you?
I had been pretty out of practice from standard seeds for quite a while. I've been doing the entrance randomizer, and so it was definitely a change in logic to go back to, but it was fun. I think the tournament setup was pretty nice, and it'd be nice next time. Hopefully, we can get some more people to join in as well. And but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me, friend. Thank you, SGF, for putting this on. And yeah, hope you all have a great night.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here real quick. Got another race coming up here that they need to get to, so we're gonna sign up quickly. Here, thanks everyone for watching. There'll be a match between Zytoriak and Kaelari scheduled at some point, and then Billick and I will be going Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the winners semi-final round.
All right, very entertaining race, and we're going to sign off. We've got another race coming up. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll make way for that race and stay tuned for more action.